All right. Stick with me here. This is very guarded. This might be a hot one. I seriously am in a rush to find the girl. It seems to me that everyone else is not. So with that, I want to talk fast. I don't want to waste your time, but I'm honestly thinking very carefully about what I want to say. I'm bothering girls, man. I mean, to put it bluntly, I separate myself from the guy that well, I'm just being myself, and I feel I'm hesitant. So to pull back and to try and say things that make sense here, I've come to understand through trial and error that love is the most complicated thing in the world. Now, I take that back. Love, like life, is endlessly complex. So if you accept that, like I have, it can be easy to dismiss. For example, infinity. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe you've had a math teacher bring it up. It's truly endless. And I say that so matter-of-factly, but don't get the wrong idea. I really don't understand endless. If you do, please call or email or comment something. Like, if you understand what endless means, hook a brother up. Maybe we can, you know what I'm, people like we gotta get you to like some sort of publication. What I'm saying is, because something cannot be understood. Now, by nature, not being able to understand something, there might come a day where you understand it, and maybe that day happens. But for the point of argument, because something cannot be understood, does not validate a lack of effort. It's like they go hand in hand, love and life. I know one happens in the subcontext of another, but you can think of it this way. If you don't do anything because you're just gonna die, well, maybe, I don't know, make your argument. Maybe that's the right thing to do. You know, none of us are gonna live forever. So I hesitate to say the word forever in this context because it might confuse. But what I'm trying to say is that because you don't know if you'll ever understand why you're alive, it doesn't mean you shouldn't try. And that's daunting, because trying today doesn't look the same as trying tomorrow. It's not as easy as brushing your teeth every day. You know, it's like every day you have to confront it. It's never gonna stop. And it's painful. You know, it's never easy to confront something so existential. And for me, it's the same with love. I really don't understand how it works. Now, I want to desperately, and I go back and forth on whether or not I should want to or not. I don't want to compare myself to anybody else, but I feel like, and if you're watching this and you're near my age, I'm 21, if you're anywhere from like 18 to 25, maybe you see this as well. People tend to carry themselves with a sense of ego when it comes to love, and I feel like it would come so much naturally to us as young adults if we just did things like what I'm doing right now, and we were completely honest to anyone that wanted to hear it. So yeah, I guess you could say I think I'm setting an example. Ask me tomorrow if that's the right thing to do. But I'm just here talking. I don't want to talk for too long. I don't want to talk for too short. Today I'm going to Charlotte later in the night. I'm waiting to see how late it's going to be, because if there's a seat reserved for me at tonight's Hurricanes game, let's go Hurricanes. Let me say it twice. Let's go Hurricanes. Then I'll certainly be there, and it'll just put me into Charlotte a lot later, which, it's not ideal, but I don't care if it's preseason. If I got a seat, I'm there. And more importantly, before the Hurricanes game coming up, this can't go on infinitely, because at 5, I'm going to see my cousin that I've not seen in forever, that I'm very excited to see. I guess this is sort of a project, and it's sort of an experiment in the sense of, it's very known to me that we as humans put on different faces for different people. You wouldn't act the same towards someone that doesn't speak your language as you would a classmate. Why is that, I guess? I see that in people's hesitancy to post themselves online. And I wouldn't even go as far to say it's hesitant. It's just lack. But listen, I truth be told, I don't see anybody really doing what I'm doing right now. And I wonder, I think a lot about why that is. Because I think what I'm doing right now is, well, I guess it works for me. I really don't know. I'm not trying to say, I don't know. I want to know. I try to know every day. And you know what? It's weird for me to say this, but I think, say I snap my fingers and I have a wife that I asked to marry me and she said yes. Can you believe that? But stay with me for this hypothetical. I know I feel like awkward. My hand's around her right now. She's probably like, okay, this is getting weird how deep I'm going into this. But say she's next to me. In this moment, I don't know if that would get me any closer to understanding. It's difficult to grasp, but infinity and endlessness forces you to look at the steps you've taken and wonder if you've made any progress. And that is daunting. Life, people, there's two ways to look at it. It's like you can look at it from behind, or you can look at it from hey look, I got my backpack straps. I just went on a bike ride. But you can look at it from behind, and it's like there's two views that I see. The first view is a little bit more simple, and it's, well, time doesn't stop, for me at least, through my eyes. And every day I wake up and go to bed, I must be making progress, because each day is a day, and that's what I believe. And then on the other hand, you look at this infinity. You look at all these people, you search for answers, you don't find it. No, I don't care. I mean, the people, there's an expiration on life, and no one, I haven't heard anyone say anything yet. Maybe tomorrow's the day where someone looks at me and gives me an explanation for why I'm here, and I say, oh, cool. And I think, this is where religion comes from. It's true people that study their Bible and they speak to God, they have this personal relation with their faith, and it's not like being religious gives you the answers. It's not like if I don't believe that if I picked up God today, I would find my well, I mean, I want to be careful with my words here, because they often say, I found my purpose, and but they still, each day, they still have struggle. They still, it's just sort of a layer that they kind of can, it's rooted only within the mind, and because of that, it makes it, in a way, sound as a foundation for a moral framework. And me, I'm doing the same thing. I mean, I think we all as people are just very, very similar. I don't think that we give this enough credit or similarities. I do believe that if all 8 billion, is it almost 9 or is it almost 8 billion? If all of us, got into some sort of giant room in which everyone shook everyone's hand, we would all come away from the experience realizing that we all are here. It's just, maybe I might sound crazy, but I've come to not care too much about how I sound. I've swapped my focus more on just speaking, if you can't tell. It's like, gosh, really? This guy's focused on speaking? I really hadn't noticed. That was sarcasm. Speaking of sarcasm, if you're interested in the field of AI, OpenAI just upgraded ChatGPT, or rolled out, and I don't know how you want to say it. I want to be careful with my words because there's sort of this stigma around the whole thing. I would compare it, even though I wasn't alive, to the .com bubble. I think when something blows up so big, so many opinions flood in, and you really just never know because people, you know what I'm saying? Matter of factly, ChatGPT can now be sarcastic. It's able to fluctuate its voice. Now, to the degree that you might be imagining, I'm not sure. You have to tell me what you're picturing. But I can tell you that if you have internet access, which is safe to assume you do because you're watching me right now, you're a couple clicks away. So try it out. I think I'm good. It seems like I've drained the battery quite a bit. I mean, how long was I just talking? 10, 12 minutes? 15 minutes? It's weird, when I get into it like this, I lose the time. I don't seem to really understand how much time has gone. It's quite fun for me. Okay. Thank you so much for your time.